All right. You might be asked in a question to estimate roots graphically. So for this question here, use a graphical method to estimate any solutions to the equation x4 plus 2x minus 12 equals 0. Okay. So really, we've got our graph, and once again, we're trying to find roots. Okay, as per usual. There's another way to do this. If I have one graph that we're looking at, another way to do it graphically is to do this. And create two graphs. And if we have two graphs, we're no longer looking for intercepts, but with two graphs, what are we looking for? Excellent, Zach. Intersections. These are the same graph, the same equation. In here, we're looking for intercepts. And as Zach said, once we make it into two graphs, we're looking for intersections. So over here, we've got our x4 and we've got a negative 2x plus 12 that we also want to graph on the other side, right on top of it. Okay, this is just a sketch. Don't worry about the grid lines so much. Over here, if you were to graph it, there's an intersection at negative 2 and 16. If I wasn't sketching, you could read it off, but let's prove that right now. If I have this first graph here, x4, if I punch it in negative 2, what's my answer? 16. That can be any random dot on this graph here. However, we're looking for intersections. We're going to try this negative 2. If this also sits on the 16, to prove that this is the intersection, and we can do that now. Again? No. Well, you make up your mind in a second, Tim. Once again, we've got a 16. This proves that they both lie on 16 when it's negative 2. Okay. Now, so the question's asking, that's about, I'm just sketching here. We are estimating. Here, we don't need to estimate because we can see with whole numbers and our graph, it definitely lies at negative 2 and 16. But over here, if we were to kind of graph this with a nice grid, you can see between 1 and 2, it's roughly going to come down to about x equals 1.7. What we're trying to say here, this is an estimate of our root. Yes, it's the intersection here, but if we graph this, it would be one of the roots on the 0. Any questions with today's work? If you want me to recap something, if you missed it, I can go through it with you individually. That's 5.4. On Friday, there's one more example that I'll run through and record as well.